Hello all and welcome back. In this video we are going to cover Amazon DynamoDB followed by a quick demo. Amazon DynamoDB is a fully managed, scalable, NoSQL database service that provides fast and predictable performance with seamless scalability. DynamoDB enables customers to offload the administrative burdens of operating and scaling distributed databases to AWS without having to worry about hardware provisioning, setup, and configuration, replication, software patching, or cluster scaling. DynamoDB synchronously replicates data across 3 facilities in an AWS region, giving high availability and data durability. DynamoDB tables, unlike relational databases, do not have fixed schemas, and the table consists of items, and each item must have a different number of attributes. DynamoDB supports fast in-place atomic updates. DynamoDB supports 2 different kinds of primary keys. Partition key, previously called the hash key, that consists of simple unique primary key. No 2 items in a table can have the same partition key. The partition key value is used as an input to an internal hash function, and the output from the hash function determines the partition where the item will be stored. A composite primary key is composed of 2 attributes. The first is the partition key, and the second is the sort key. All items with the same partition key are stored together in sorted order by the sort key. The combination of the partition key and the sort key must be unique. DynamoDB table currently supports 2 table classes. A standard table class is the default and recommended for vast majority of workloads. Standard infrequent access table class is optimized for tables where storage is the dominant cost. DynamoDB throughput capacity determines the read and write capacity for processing reads and writes on the tables, and it currently supports 2 modes. Provisioned capacity mode, where you can configure the maximum amount of capacity in terms of reads and writes per second that an application can consume from a table or index. And on-demand capacity mode that helps serve thousands of requests per second without any capacity planning. DynamoDB secondary indexes adds flexibility to the queries without impacting performance. Secondary indexes are automatically maintained as sparse objects, and items will only appear in the index if they exist in the table on which the index is defined, making queries against an index very efficient. DynamoDB currently supports local and global secondary indexes. Global secondary index is an index with a partition key and a sort key that must be different from those on the base table. A local secondary index is an index that has same partition key as the base table, but it can have a different sort key. DynamoDB throughput and single-digit millisecond latency makes it a great fit for gaming, ad tech, mobile, and many other applications. Optionally, you can use Elastic Cache or DynamoDB Accelerator or DAX in front of DynamoDB to offload a high amount of reads for non-frequently changed data. In this demo, we cover DynamoDB at a high level, and then we would deep dive into other features in our upcoming videos. Let's navigate to the DynamoDB console. DynamoDB is a fully managed key-value document NoSQL database that delivers single-digit millisecond performance at any scale. Let's create our first DynamoDB table. DynamoDB tables do not have fixed schemas, and the table consists of items, and each item may have different number of attributes. Let's enter table details. For the table name, we'll enter movies. Each table should have a primary key, which can be either simple or composite. The simple key consists of only the partition key, which should be unique, whereas the composite key consists of partition key and a sort key. The combination of these should be unique. For the partition key, let's enter title. We'll keep the sort key blank for now. The default settings help you get started quickly while providing you with a provisioned capacity mode, 5 read and write capacity units, auto-scaling enabled, standard storage class, and encryption enabled using the key owned by DynamoDB. For now, we will select Customize Settings so that we can go through the options. DynamoDB supports standard and standard infrequent access table class. Standard table class is the default general purpose table class and is recommended for most use cases that store frequently accessed data. Standard infrequent access is recommended for tables that store data that is infrequently accessed with storage as the dominant table cost. We will use the standard table class for the demo. Capacity Calculator helps you understand, calculate, and configure appropriate read and write throughput capacity depending upon the item size. We will dig deeper into the calculations in upcoming videos. Provisioned capacity. DynamoDB offers on-demand and provisioned throughput capacity modes. With on-demand capacity, you are charged only for the usage. DynamoDB offers 25 GB of storage and 25 units of read and write capacity units in free tier. With provisioned capacity, you are charged for the capacity provisioned irrespective of the usage. We will select the provisioned capacity. Let's turn off the auto scaling and set 5 as the provisioned capacity units for both reads and writes. We are not configuring any secondary indexes for this demo, and we'll cover them in much more detail in our upcoming demos. We will be charged around $2.91 per month with this configured capacity. DynamoDB supports encryption at rest using either keys owned by DynamoDB, AWS managed key, or customer managed keys in KMS. Let's keep it to owned by Amazon DynamoDB for now. Deletion protection protects the table from being deleted unintentionally. You can turn on deletion protection during creation of the table or after the table has been created. We don't need deletion protection for now. We are done with the configurations, and let's go ahead and create our movies DynamoDB table. The table is in the creating state. And the status is now active. Let's navigate to the movies DynamoDB table and have a high-level overview of the different tabs. The Overview tab. The general information has the title as the partition key, No sort key defined, provisioned capacity mode, table status is active, and we have the point in time recovery turned off. Additional info mentions DynamoDB standard table class, no indexes for now. DynamoDB streams and time to live are turned off. Encryption is using DynamoDB owned keys, and deletion protection is turned off as well. Items summary covers the item count and table size, which are both 0 for now, as we do not have any data. DynamoDB integrates with CloudWatch for monitoring and metrics, and you can see the read-write usage, throttle requests, and events. We do not have any indexes created for now. We'll cover them in greater details in our upcoming videos. DynamoDB integrates with CloudWatch for monitoring and metrics, and you can see the read-write usage, throttle requests and events, latency, transactions, and other metrics. DynamoDB Global Tables is a new multi-master cross-region replication capability of DynamoDB to support data access locally and regional fault tolerance for database workloads. Point-in-time recovery provides continuous backup of your DynamoDB data for up to 35 days to help you protect against accidental write or delete operations. You can turn on point-in-time recovery for the table, especially for critical production tables. We do not need this for the demo. You can also create scheduled and on-demand backups for the table. You can have jobs defined to export the data to S3. You can integrate with Amazon Kinesis data streams, where Kinesis data streams for DynamoDB captures item level changes in the table and replicates the changes to a Kinesis data stream defined. DynamoDB streams help capture item level changes as well in the table and push the changes to a DynamoDB stream. From here you can fine-tune your auto-scaling, update the provisioned capacity, or change it to the on-demand mode. If you have turned on auto-scaling, you can see the activities in the auto-scaling activities. Time to live or TTL helps automatically delete expired items from a table. Encryption is currently using the DynamoDB managed keys. And deletion protection helps protect the table from being deleted unintentionally. When this setting is on, you can't delete the table. We will add some items to the table now. Let's navigate to the table and click Explore Table Items. Currently we do not have any items in the table. It has performed a scan operation and consumed 0.5 read capacity units. Let's add some items. We have some sample records from the AWS movie sample data. We'll click on the Create Item and let's add the item. The partition key or the title, let's enter Rush. DynamoDB supports string, number, as well as list, map, and others as attribute types. Let's add a new attribute with a number type as year with value 2013. Another number attribute with rating with value 8.2. We can add list attribute time as well. Let's name it genres. And we can add a type for each individual item in the list attribute. Let's select string and we'll enter the values action, drama, sports, and biography. Let's save our first item. and it's saved. I have a couple of more samples which I'll insert them quickly. We'll use the JSON format. We have the data populated in the table. Let's query it. We can either perform the scan operation or the query operation. A scan operation always scans the entire table or the secondary index. It then filters out the values to provide the result that you want. Scan operations are slow and they cost more than the query operation. Ideally, you should avoid using scan operation on a large table or an index. With the query operation, you can query on the table or the index with the partition and sort keys. It returns fast results with low cost. As a best practice, design your tables and indexes so that your applications can use query instead of the scan operation. The select attribute projection allows you to project or retrieve all or specific attributes. This can help to limit the amount of the data retrieved. Let's query using title or the partition key. You can optionally filter on other attributes as well. Click Run to run the query. And now it returns a single row with the result and all attributes. We can also edit the item by clicking on the item. And let's update the rating attribute and save the changes. You can delete the items as well. Let's select an item and click on the Delete Items option. And once confirmed, the item is deleted from the table. So that's it for the DynamoDB Introduction demo. I hope you liked the demo. Thank you all.
Alright, that was it. Thank you for watching. You can check out my website and connect me on LinkedIn and Twitter. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. For any feedback, please leave a comment down below. To see more videos like this in the future, hit the subscribe button. Thank you.